Mapping your go-to-market to what your customers want and need is a way better plan than trying to figure out how you're going to sell all the stuff you got. Good morning. Today, Ruby and I are talking about how your customers should be driving how you go to market. What is their wants, needs? What is their buying process? Can you help them understand their buying process if they don't know their buying process? What are the things that you could be doing to support what's happening with your customers versus trying to make product, look for product market fit, then figure out what the pricing looks like, starting the other way around with what customers, where they are, what they need, how they want to buy, what they're going to spend. It's a much better approach than trying to magically create something of market value and then reverse engineer that into a customer education process that you're trying to map to. So it's a different way of thinking. And so lots of entrepreneurs, lots of business owners have these great ideas, these great plans, these great thoughts that are really based upon a construct or a theoretical customer problem or customer need. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's just how business is done. However, when you get very specific with what that customer's journey is going to look like through your business with your product or service, it's a slightly different way of looking at how this problem is solved. So once you define customer wants, needs, you can then map to things like pricing strategies, hopefully that you're mapping through direct feedback from your customers or prospective customers or proposed customers, what they're actually looking for, understand what that means, then build a go-to-market strategy around that. That value chain then becomes much more tangible for your sales teams, your marketing teams. They get a much clearer picture of what they're supposed to do based upon what the customer wants. Interesting. You can gather that information from your customers by talking to them, surveys, focus groups, whatever data points you think is relevant. And then you can define how you're going to see success in that. What's the attribution of success going to look like relative to that? So from my perspective, and I'm not the first person to say this, but from my perspective, you build that customer insights model, you then drive your go-to-market strategy from that, and then you overlay what data you need to get out of that process. Then you can start saying, okay, are we doing a good job, a bad job, somewhere in the middle? You will define what that looks like, but it will be based upon the actual desires of your customer base. All right, enough for today. Ruby says, look at your customers. What do they need? What do they want? How do they want to be catered to? Define what that looks like. Build your go-to-market strategy and your revenue plan around that. And then take the data that comes from that to say, hey, we're doing awesome. We're not doing awesome. You'll figure it out. All right, enough for today. Walking and talking with Ruby.